What is up, guys? So, I got this idea to start a game development podcast, and here we are. So, the idea is to bring indie developers to share their experience with us. And today we have a pretty interesting guest. His name is Tamer George. He's from Egypt and he is earning money from the App Store. So, we're going to talk about that, how you can publish your games, so on and so forth. I'm going to let him introduce himself and take off from there. So, you have the word,
Hi,
brother.
hi, Fahir. How are you? I'm fine, and you can ask, and I will answer you everything.
So first of all, tell us where are you from, like what you do.
Yeah,
Start with your life, and we can take off from
I
there.
am. I'm from Egypt. I'm studying accounting, as I told you, but I don't take it as my career. So after finish my college, I shift my career to gaming because
So you
I
basic
actually love gaming. Yeah.
so basically you finished accounting college, like economics, is it?
Yeah, like economics, yes.
Yeah, and then you shifted to game development because you didn't like your job.
It's so boring, and I love gaming more. I, I
Yeah,
love to play games.
yeah, accounting
Yeah,
is only numbers and stuff like that. I mean, not to like,
only numbers,
yeah,
yes.
I'm not like to tell people who do that and love it
I'm
otherwise.
first. I working as a graphic designer. In the first, I take some courses in design. Then I work as a graphic designer.
You worked
After,
freelance or
mm,
for a company?
for a company,
Hmm.
called Hindew. After 2 years or 3 years, I decided to take the game developing as my career. So I'm starting to take some online courses, one from your YouTube channel, from others, and I take some courses here in Egypt about developing. But I still in my job, didn't quit my job, and make some games. Started to making games and publish it in Google Play. And after 2 months, I decided to quit my job and make this it's my only career.
So basically, you didn't finish like a computer science or game development degree. So you finished.
No, I just take some courses in C sharp and some tutorial from your channel, from others. By the way, your channel is very good in
Uh,
tutorial.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Didn't know that you like learned from there. I mean, so it's really
Yeah,
cool, and it just goes to show that people believe that
because
you.
I'm started from 3 years, and once in YouTube Unity tutorial is not so popular. I think your channel is some old sometime. Maybe it's older.
Yeah, my
You
channel
make
is
video
from
from
2014.
yes. So I can find your videos easy.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that goes to show that because people believe that in order for you to learn and to get a job in the industry, you actually need to finish a college degree. Now, I'm not bashing
No,
college degrees. I'm not telling people quit college. Who wants to finish college, you can go and do that. But the main
yeah,
the main thing is that you actually learn and focus on what's important, like practical knowledge, understanding, and being able to replicate that knowledge. Because if you just learn the theory, it will not do you any good. So this is a very good example from you to show us that you just learn
yeah.
from YouTube, learn from other courses, took some courses in your
Mm,
hometown or in your country, and you learned, and well, here we are now. So
yes.
let's start with your game development journey in terms of creating the games that you wanted to create. Did you like Was your
Mm.
first goal to go into mobile games, or did you try to create games for Steam? How did you got that idea? How did you
Uh,
think about it?
no, I just focused on mobiles because I see every these days everyone holding the mobile and keeping playing on mobile everywhere, in the cafe, in the maybe in the job, in everywhere. So I think it's a big marketing to everyone. Everyone holding a mobile, it's a user to you. So I became first the idea. Once I have a good idea, I starting to make some learning some programming, and I'm starting make this game to be in real life. So I said that the idea is very important in the first
Of course, like
because
organizing your
if
thoughts, not just jumping into development like most people do. Like a lot of people just
no
jump into development, they don't plan,
ah
they don't do nothing. So, yeah, we will talk about that in more depth when it comes to your games. But yeah, so your main focus was mobile. It's a good your thinking is
yes
good. Like if you want to like reach if you want to focus because when we talk about Steam, on Steam you only get money through sales. On mobile, it's a different
yes
model. You get through monetization in terms of in-app
mm.
purchase or ads. And a lot of people, like as you said, use their
ah
phones. Just like, for example, if I'm sitting in a
ah
coffee shop waiting for a friend and I'm bored, I'm going to play a little bit of game.
yes.
And
Mm.
so, yeah,
And by the way, most of my earning is from advertising, not
do,
from sales.
awesome, awesome. We will get to
Ah,
that. Now, let's
ah,
go over here. Let me just shift my view and I am going to share the screen just to showcase the games that you created. So this one is called Video Assistant Referees, like VAR from football. For those of you people who don't
yes.
know what's football, it's
You
soccer.
you play as a video assistant reference. If you see that the VAR here, who decided which is goal or not, and you
Let
will
me
be take play. Yes,
Yeah, I'm going to click here on I'm going to click on the video to showcase the game, and you can talk about like how did you get the game idea, how did you how did you create a game, and so on and so
uh,
forth.
the game idea actually came to my head when I was sitting in a cafe.
Okay,
I'm so boring that time, don't thinking in anything. And once I get the idea by watching a match on TV, to make the game, who plays the game, who will be the video reference to this match. As you
so
see, this strike, he give you a question and you have to say yes or no, if and so on.
basically like this is the game, this is the actual footage from the game.
Yes.
So you took like footage from online. This is what you put in your game, and then you programmed like for the user to
Uh,
guess.
yes. The programming is not big issue here. It's it's not big deal, but the idea it's important.
So how did you implement this game? Because I see this is a video. So you actually took a video, you put it inside of. Did you use Unity to create your game?
Yes,
So
I developing on Unity. Yes,
so you basically took a video from a match and you put it inside your game. So tell us a little bit about it.
yeah.
How did you like initially? Because as you
The size
said,
of the video, I tried to make the size of the video is so smaller and to be in good quality because this is a big deal here. If you make the game very big, no one will download it easily.
yeah, and especially for
And
Unity, just like the basic
yes,
export of Unity
minimum.
is around 40 megabytes, right?
Yes, 40 megabyte and the maximum 100. And if more than 100, you can make it split into APK.
How much this game, how much megabytes does it have? Because given the fact that you
Uh,
added videos inside.
the, yes, the first one 50 megabyte, 50 megabyte.
50.
And
How
yes, and
how many
when
videos
it
did you
became
add?
around 70,000 person
Uh,
download the game.
no, like how many videos did you add in the
How
game?
many videos?
Yeah.
About 12 video or
Oh,
13
okay.
video.
Okay.
Okay. And once this game became famous, the player asked me to make another one, and they told me they complain from the shortness of this game, and they told me to make another one, and I told them I will make another one, but it will become bigger, and they told me no problem to be bigger, but we want to play it. So the part two around 90 megabyte.
Awesome. Like this is something that we will definitely talk about later in the interview. Like as you said, you took feedback
Videos.
from your customers telling you
Yes.
what you should do, which is a really important thing a really important thing if you're a game developer, to think about your
To
custom.
contact with your,
Yeah,
yes, to be contact with
exactly,
your customer.
exactly. What I advise people to do, especially on my channel, when we talk about, getting audience, getting feedback from them, create a
Mm.
YouTube channel, post devlogs, create a website so that people have some
Yes.
way to contact you. Like, also inside of your game, put your website where people can click and go on your website. Maybe also try to capture their emails.
It's free marketing tools to make YouTube, to make group on Facebook. It's very
Exactly,
easy
exactly,
and very
exactly.
effective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying, because
Mm.
like, if you create a game and you didn't like market it via YouTube, via Facebook, whatever, people don't know you.
Mm.
How can they know which game you created and how to download it?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
going to share the screen again,
And
go back over here to the second game. We're going to talk about one game, another, then we are going to talk about like customer feedback. We're going to talk about your downloads
okay.
and all of the good stuff. So this
Okay.
second game is Ghost Hunters. Now I'm going to click on the video to preview
Okay.
the game, and you start talking about like, how did you come up with the game idea, how did you create the game, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So yeah, you can talk freely, like talk about what is
Uh,
the game about, what you do in the game, how did you come up with the idea, and everything like involving this game.
I love Ghostbuster movie, and especially the Slimmer character which you see in this video.
Mm-hmm.
From my child, I'm dreaming with this character, ghost character. So
Okay. Yeah.
this is my idea. Why don't make a augmented reality game about this character and about this ghost, and you can hunt him in real life.
So
So
basically,
yeah,
so literally, you're just chasing him. Can he like does the player, the one who plays the game, does he have?
you will chase him, but he can hit you with his balls. You
Exactly. This
have
is
yeah.
this is what I wanted to ask you. Like, do you have health? Do you have something that
Yes, you have health, and after you will he will kill you. You can play a game, but you will watch video to complete.
Awesome, awesome. So, like, tell
Mm.
us, guide us a little bit. Like, how did you implement this game? Because for the first one, you took videos, you implemented with the videos. How did you implement this one? Because it's a VR game. How did you approach with this?
I take the core from Unity Asset Store. The core it's about AR models, and I insert my models, which is the 3D ghost, and I some programming to make movement and to make laser become hunting him.
So basically, you didn't do like too much programming. You took an asset.
Yes,
Yeah,
I take
that's
already asset for that.
that's really cool. I mean, especially for people like this goes to show. I was also talking to one of the game developers earlier, and
Yeah.
and he told me like, you should not waste time. You should try not to waste time on things that are already done, which is a really cool
Yes,
thing.
this is very very important things. Don't
Yeah,
waste your time on if you can make it ready.
exactly, because there are a lot of people out there who love to create everything from scratch, and I don't blame them. I am sort of like that kind of person, but
And they take some years to make this game finished.
exactly. This
Yeah.
is I'm some kind of like that person, but you need to think rationally. Like, you need to lay out what is your plan,
Mm.
what you want to achieve, how long will it take you to achieve it, and
Yes, that's very important
yeah.
because I'm sometimes I give Unity lessons to people, and after 1 year I ask them, did you make any game publishing or something? Most of them don't make anything because they are afraid to publishing or afraid to make complete their game. Maybe someone didn't like it or something. I told them you will never learn if you don't make a real game and publish it, and take feedback from your client to know how to improve yourself.
Exactly. A very good point over there. Like, how can you improve if you don't publish
Yes.
anything? And I can
Yeah.
understand that if people are afraid. But for anyone watching this or listening this, if I publish this to iTunes or
And
whatever,
by the way, no one will like your game 200%. If you
ex-
get yes, people
exactly.
are yes. I take some bad feedback from people, and I take it so easily.
Exactly, this is what I wanted to say. Like, it doesn't matter if you think that, if some people not like your game, that's normal. There will
It's
definitely be people who will not
yes,
love your game. You cannot please, it's impossible to please everyone. But if you
yes,
don't publish anything, and I understand people are shy to not be embarrassed and stuff like that, but if you truly, for people watching this and listening, if you truly want to create a game, if you truly want to succeed, you do need to publish it. Just publish it. It doesn't matter if it's bad. Now, let me just
yes,
go back over here, share my screen one more time to go over here on the last game. So this is called Lingo, right? Am I
yes.
pronouncing this correctly? So yeah, I'm going to, again, preview the game. I'm going to click here on the play button to preview the video of this game and walk us through what is this game about? How did you come up with this game idea, and talk about the game?
Okay. As you see my screenshot, my icon, it's my face. I make myself as a player in this game. So it's the story of this game. It's this game is have a story.
Okay.
And your decision will change the path of this story. If it's if you choose a good decision, maybe you save your life.
So
Okay.
basically now what we see this in the video, is this the gameplay footage from the game?
This video, and no, this is a real screenshot. When you first play the game, you will see that the game is about, it's like an app, an application on your mobile, which you will see now.
I'm going to rewind. Okay.
So when the game starts, you see like it's a interface of a mobile, and someone will chat with you as a friend, and every you will choose an answer for every question, So basically, I don't want to tell you the whole story, but it's a long story, and it's very interesting, by the way. Yeah.
So basically, while you're playing the game, you are discovering the story of the person who is involved in the game, like the player.
Yes, you can go on in his message inbox, and like a real mobile, You see his email, to know something, to solve a puzzle in this game, you have to read his emails.
How did you come up with this game? So how did you come up with this idea? Because for the first two, you love football. For the second one, you love Ghostbusters. How did you come up with this idea?
This idea, I'm not the first one who make it. To be faithful, the idea came from a game called Simulacra. Okay, Simulacra, it's a very, very powerful game, and the design of it is very good. I take the idea and try to change it, the story, and try to put my impression on it.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I'm asking, because one of the issues I see a lot of game developers, beginners have, because I'm oriented to helping beginners and intermediate people, but even intermediate people, they have problems with generating game ideas, how to come up with game ideas. On my Facebook group where people join to get support from me, I have a question. One of those questions is, what is the main issue that you have when it comes to game development? A lot of the times I see coming up with game ideas, people just don't know. And this goes to show, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. That's why I even ask you. This goes to show
you have to play more games to make your brain work like a gamer.
Exactly. And not only that, but you took simple ideas, like you were in a coffee shop and you watched a game, a football game or a soccer game for people who call it like that. So you watched the game and you're like, how can I, from your childhood, childhood, you love Ghostbusters. So why should I create Ghostbusters? So yeah, this just goes to tell that
my brain work like that.
Now, before I proceed to ask you about the downloads, how you promote the game, and all of that stuff, tell us a little bit about the development part. Okay, the second game, the VR one, you took an asset. Okay, but when it comes to this first and the second game, what I'm interested in is the following. Like, how did you?
How did you? Lingo, in this Lingo, the third games, I will take about 7 months to make this game out. and this is the longest time I ever make it for a game.
Exactly. This is why I'm asking. Like, what I want to know is how did you plan to code the game? How did you structure that? Like, for example, if you cannot just start coding
Mm.
because later on you can
Yes,
break your code. You need to have some kind of plan. So this is what I want to know.
yeah. My plan, I told you before, I quit my job and make this my career. So if I working on a long game like that, I have to make my time arrange. يعني I know most of any game developer don't socialize, don't hang out with their friends. Their life is so close on themselves, and this is bad. You have to be in good mood and good health, and your brain is working good to make something fun. If you don't exercise, if you don't if you sit all the time on your PC or laptop working about on this game, maybe you get bored and maybe you're became disappointed from that. Yeah, so make your time, arrange your time, and make a goals as you said, and achieve a goal in very short time. And day by day you have to make a short goal to yourself.
Of course, of course. Now, when it comes to the development itself, like how did you plan to code the game? Like, what did you plan to create
Yes.
first? What second? How to put that code together to make the game work? I'm referring to the first and the third game because, as we already mentioned, that the second game you used a
Mm.
built-in asset or a asset from the asset
Yeah.
store.
Most of the code I write it for myself, and I face some problem in because it's working on Android mobile. You have to have the permission to open the webcam or sorry the cam of the mobile and share something like that. So I'm in get help with some freelancer on freelancer website, some developer contact with them, and they help me in this issue.
But
You
like when it comes like for your third game, the one that took
yes,
the most time, guide
yes.
us to the development. How did you structure the code? What is the first thing that you coded? How did you put everything together? This is because for people, to tell people not just to jump into the game and start creating it right away, because you can break your
Mm,
code if you don't know what you should create first, how to think about when it comes to
yes.
developing the game.
Yeah. Your main story is to make your code is first make it simple, just to make the goal of it. If you want, I will show you I prepare some screenshot. Something in the game. It's about chatting. You will chat to your friend, and after chatting, the code you have says that he is typewriting to you, and after that you have the ability to chat with him. So it's a sequence. Make your code in sequence.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Like
Mm.
that's the main thing, as I said, like not to break, because later on, if you don't plan everything out, if you don't know what's this class for or what that other class is for, if you don't know how to combine them, you can easily break your game. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to your downloads, how many all these games in combined? How many downloads did they get?
Around 500,000 download.
So 500,000 downloads. Which of these games
Yes.
got the most downloads?
The VAR game, then the Ghostbuster, then this Lingo,
The
and I make some much games, but this is the very famous games.
So these are the three main ones. You made more.
Yes, yes, I made more.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you like to win more, if you like to earn more, you have to publish as much game as you make
As much games as possible. As much
as
games as
possible.
possible.
Yes.
Now, like, how did you? Because 500,000 downloads, even though it's for three games, but it's still a lot of downloads. 500,000 people downloading your game. How did you manage to achieve that? How did you promote your
Yeah.
games? Did you do anything?
First thing, you if one game from your games is became very famous, you have to make ads on it about your other games. Okay, so this is very important. And it's free. You don't pay anything. The other thing I have, as I told you, a group on Facebook. It's about 5,000 people interested in playing games and something like that. So after I published my game, I also announced about my game. It became on Play Store.
So how did you? That's the first thing that you said. It's brilliant. This is what Ketchup,
Mm.
and not sponsored. This is what Ketchup. This is what Ketchup is doing. Like in every
Yes,
single game they publish,
yes,
they,
I take the idea from Ketchup.
yeah,
Yes,
in every single game they publish, they advertise another game that they have, which is
but
smart.
it's smart, but it's annoying sometimes because they make so much ads on the game.
Of
But the
course,
game
like,
is
but you can of course program that, like show it maybe 2 or 3 times per week.
yes, yes, it's very important. Yeah.
Yeah, so that nice tip, by the way. Thank you for that, for mentioning that. Not
Mm.
to you, because a lot of people think just like game developers. Game developers think, oh, I'm gonna create a game, but you need to think about the user. You need to think about,
Yes,
not to annoy him. You need to think about what he will think when he is creating your game, and so playing your game actually, and so on and so forth.
yes,
Now that's one brilliant thing. Another brilliant thing that you did is the Facebook group. This is what I advise people to do. Like,
yeah,
create a Facebook group, create a YouTube channel, create a website, somewhere where you can gather people that will download your game. So like 5,000 people in a group, that's a lot of people. So like this
yes.
is like, I mean, in terms of downloads,
And the
in term,
statics of Google, the statics of the Google Play, when he sees that's more download on your game, he became it to the top of the search. He
yeah,
make it on the
exactly.
top of the search,
This is
so
what I,
the users can see it in the
yeah,
search.
exactly. This is what I wanted to say. Like 5,000 people, it's a lot
Yeah,
of people, but
it
it's
push the game to the top.
awesome, awesome. This is exactly what I wanted to say, because 5,000 people it is a lot of people, but when it comes to down for the whole app store, how many people are using it? That's a very
Yeah,
low number. But you
yeah,
use it to get your game up and running, which is
yes.
again a really great advice, a really great advice. But how did you? This is the important part, because people need to know, like, have some ways. How did you manage to gather those 5,000 people? Like, how did you promote the group? What did you do?
I make some paid advertisement on Facebook, but it's a very old group. It's about 2 years, so every day they become bigger. You know,
Do
so
they find? So did you gather all 5,000 people through paid advertisement?
no, no, not all the time, not all of them. First, you have to make a group like مثلا Learn Unity, okay, or indie game developer groups, something like that. Anyone will community with you in the community, it became join this group. So this is became how bigger, you know.
Awesome, awesome. So you like used it around one topic, which is cool. But what I'm
Yeah,
interested, like, did you invite people from other groups to join your group, or did you like send your friends invitation to join the group? What did you do?
I have also a channel on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not so big. So I first I make the group on my YouTube channel. After that, I make some paid advertisement, and the other came by searching on me on Unity tutorial or something like that.
Awesome, awesome. Like, thank you very much
Okay.
for like mentioning this, because people need to have ways how they can like gather those people. YouTube is one of them. YouTube is free, unlimited traffic, like free, unlimited traffic. If you don't want, like, you also create YouTube tutorials, as you just said, because you also love teaching people. But if
Yes.
some people out there don't
Don't
like.
forget to put the link in the description
Awesome. Like,
about.
some people don't love that. But for those people who don't love, okay, but you can like record devlogs. You can showcase the game that you're creating, so you can say like, okay, today I progressed this much. Like, next time, this is what I changed in my game, so on and so forth. That way you can also get feedback from your people, from the customers,
Yes.
and so on and so forth. So yeah, very cool, and a very useful advice. Thank you very much. So in total, in combined, like these 3 games, how much money they're earning you?
Around $1,500 by
So
month.
$1,500 per
Every
month.
month.
For how long?
Yes.
For how long?
I have 2 years, almost 2 years.
So 2 years, every single month, you're earning 1,500
Yeah,
from just
yes.
these three games. How did you like? This is a lot of time. 2 years is a lot of time. So what I want to know from you, like your
First years, the income became around 600 or 700 first year, but second year it became double. Because if your game became older and the download
more downloads
became
and
so more downloads.
yeah.
Yes.
How do you, because as I said, 2 years is a lot of time. How do you update your games on a regular basis? Do you add something new? Do you promote them via paid ads? Do you share them in groups? What do you do in terms of
Usually,
that?
to be honest, I don't make anything. As I told you, the Facebook group and the other YouTube channel, and a good idea, not like any other game. Just that, just
And
like that.
just that. I mean, awesome, awesome. It goes to show people that like
Yes.
you're not using paid advertising to get downloads. You don't have to
No.
like invest tons of money in that. It also goes to show, as you mentioned, that you did use paid advertising to promote your group a little bit. And also you bought some assets from the asset store. This
Yes.
is to show people that you do need to invest
You
some
have
money.
to. You have to pay a little money to to
Exactly.
earn good
You
money.
cannot expect like with zero budget to like earn thousands of dollars
Yes.
and
Yes.
whatever. So that's
Like
also
like any other business. Just like any other business.
exactly because as I said, a lot of people, and I see this from the channel, I'm not saying this to offend anyone, but a lot of people just want free stuff. A lot of people just want something for free, to create something for free. They just complain when something is paid. You
I know,
live.
I know person, a friend to me, when I told him to make like me, and I told him that the publisher account cost $25. He told me, no, no, I will not pay something like that, and go away. So
Yeah, so it go you need to sacrifice something. You like it's impossible for you like to get everything served to you on a silver platter. It's just not
yes,
going to to happen. So this is like a message to encourage indie developers, to encourage people watching this podcast. You don't have to create like super awesome cool games. Your games are simple. You took footage from a soccer game, you put it in
yes,
Unity, and you created a game. That's simple.
yeah, that's very simple. Yes,
You bought an asset from the asset store, you put it in Unity, you created a game. You like
it's yeah,
created a simple story. Of course, it took time to create it. I'm saying simple, but
take
surely
time.
it's complex and so on and so forth. But it's not like, it's simple. It's a story. You didn't like have to spend 4 months
Yeah,
creating a 3D model or creating 2D
yes,
assets.
yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can create something simple and yet earn a good amount of money because
You can make
1,500.
a good game in 1 month. It's not if you are focused on it 4 hours a day, you can make it.
Definitely, definitely. Now, so you don't have you updated the games with new content since you have published them?
The internet became so slow now. I can't hear
Yeah.
you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
So
I hear you good now.
I ask you like the games that you published. Did you update them on do you update them on a regular basis? When was the last time you updated the games? Or if even is that even
You,
important to have a steady income, because you have a steady income for 2 years. That's a lot of years to have a
yes,
steady income.
you have to be very updated by the policy. Policy is changing every 2 months or 3 months. Google changes their policy, so you have to be updated with them. You have to make a game available to become available on any mobile, on any platform, Android. So you have to make to be in contact with Google.
So you're basically saying because Google is updating their policies, you need to be compliant
Yeah,
with those policies, and you need to ensure that every single time they update the policy, you need to update the game as well, or
you need to
otherwise they
update
take.
the policy. Yes.
Otherwise
And
they
you
take
need to
down your game.
know that don't make the game and publish it and forget it. Yeah, you have to see the policy see the updated. If someone complains from something in the game, you have to change it.
Remove it. So you're talking about reading the reviews basically of
Yes,
your.
it's very important because my client, as you said, tell me that my ad is too much. so I'm decrease my ad volume.
So yeah, you need to decrease it, otherwise people will not play the game. Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
So what kind of, when it comes to ads, because your main revenue is from those ads. And by the way,
Yes.
like on a daily basis, how many people are playing your games at right now, like the current, around
Uh,
approximately?
Maybe around 200 people.
And still from 200 people
Yeah.
you are able, like every single day, and you're able to
Yes.
earn one. That's awesome. That
Yes.
again,
Yes.
that this is cool, because again, it goes to show that you don't need millions and millions and millions of
No,
downloads
no.
in order to earn some cash. Awesome.
Yes. You have to make a little game and earn from it. Make your
Make
dream
the best out of
small
it.
at first. Yeah, yes.
Now, when it comes, because your main income is from those ads, tell us a little bit, how did you structure the ads in terms of how
Okay.
often do they appear in the game? Do you use interstitial ads, video, the banner ads? Did you implement some kind of
I will
feature?
tell you.
Did you implement some
You
kind
have
of
to be.
feature?
Oh yes. Okay. Complete.
Did you implement some kind of feature, like where somebody can watch a video, when the video finishes
Yes,
he gets
rewarded
rewards?
app. Yes, yes. I use rewarded app and the interstitial app. Sorry, ads. It's like you have to be clever when you put your ads on your game. Uh, Most of people don't like ads show up to them when they are playing. You have to put it after game over or go to next level between these two scenes.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I ask you not to overwhelm your user with ads, and be clever where you put, because if you're
Mm.
interrupting his game, people will not love that. People will basically, well,
Maybe
uninstall.
uninstall. Yes, yes.
Yeah, they will uninstall your game. And
And
it's
you don't like that, by the way. You want the gamer be contact with the game as much time as he can.
exactly.
So
So the
you
more he
have to make him love the story. No, not the story. The play
the gameplay,
mode,
the
the game
gameplay.
playing. Yes, yes,
Exactly. Because, the more time he spends on your game, the more revenue you will earn, which is
yeah,
cool. But do
yeah.
you use those banner ads, the small ones? Do you use them at all?
I'm use panel to all my games on the bottom panel, and
Exactly. Because
but
banner ads,
they must don't interrupt with any button or any song. Yeah, the player must play your game easily, and don't make the banner over your
over the
buttons.
game.
Yes,
Exactly, because the banner ads, even though if somebody doesn't click on them, you still get money, because you get impressions. People see them. Of
oh,
course, when somebody
yes.
clicks on them, you get more money. But even
Mm.
if somebody doesn't click, just see them, you get money.
Just is him. Yes, yeah.
That's the cool thing about those banner ads. That's why I
Mm.
asked, did you
So,
implement?
it's like in YouTube. If the panel don't no one click on it, you will still get money.
Exactly, because of the impression, which is very cool.
Yes.
Awesome. And like, do you have any future plans for future games, or you're going to continue updating the current games
Uh,
that you have? You mentioned
yes.
before we proceed to that, you mentioned that you created other games. Like, are all those games published on Google Play, or just these three?
No, most of them on Google Play. I published, even if it's a very small game, I published it.
Awesome.
Some developer don't make that. Some developer they want the account, the very good games just in the account, and the other maybe unpublished or make it transfer to another account.
Yeah, I get
Be-
your point. You want to have as many games as possible out there.
this is my opinion, but as other don't think like that.
Of course,
They
of
want
course. You do what
they
you
want
see
to
is
be
working for you.
yes, yes.
So, do you have any future plans? Like, do you plan to create any other game?
I'm working now on a VR game about you will see an old movies like classic horror movies in VR. You will watch them on VR cinema by your cardboard. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's my
So
I working on that now.
that's the game. You're basically gonna put a movie inside.
Not a movie, not a complete movie, but around 16 trailer on trailer, just a trailer on the horror movie, the classic or the black and white horror movie.
Oh, and what's the game about? Like, what he watches the movie, then
It's
what?
about watch the trailers in the VR mode. You know, you will
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, you will see in a big cinema. You the mode is you are in a big hall
Mm-hmm.
theater and a big screen to you, so you can move in any chair as you want and watch the videos. It's like an entertainment app, not a game. Yeah.
An
Yes.
entertainment app. So you're not only based on creating games. So you also create like
No.
apps. Do you use Unity for that?
I use Unity for that.
So you use
I
Unity.
see Unity. It's very easy to learn and make anything you want to
Yeah,
make.
yeah, it's especially tailored good towards mobile games. Like
Yeah.
basically anything mobile related, anything that you want to create in when it comes to mobile games,
Yes.
you can do it. Like we're getting near the end. We covered everything like what we could have covered
Yeah.
because you gave your story is incredible because you know earning I'm assuming like the average salary in your country is not that high. For example, in
Not
my
that high.
country's
Yes.
yeah, in my country is
Uh,
like $400. So over here, $105,000 per month, and you're sitting at your home, like you don't go
yeah. I'm
out.
working from my home. I'm just exercising outside and hang out with my friend, but I'm working from my home.
Exactly, you know, this is a dream come true to a lot of people, especially a lot of
Yes.
people who watch this interview, this podcast. So thank you for sharing all those tips and tricks. Is there something else that you want to share? Like the main thing is to you know let people know that you need to sacrifice something. Like you need to sacrifice. You
Yeah.
left your job and it wasn't easy.
It wasn't so easy. By the way, I lived 1 year in very bad condition. I am married and I have a son. And this year, my wife has supported me a lot in these days. She told me you have to go on in your career, and she's believing in me on me. And so that's a good things to have someone supporting you and believe on you, don't disappointing you.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, for example, when I wanted to become a game developer, everybody told me, like, don't do that. That's hard. You should not try that. But what you're going to do if that doesn't work, you didn't finish college, what you're going to do, and stuff like that.
Yes.
And people get discouraged. Uh, Basically, my message and your message as well don't listen to anyone, follow your passion.
Yeah.
I mean,
Follow your passion. Yes.
you can always get a job and work anywhere, like flipping burgers for $5 per hour, whatever. You can get that job.
Yeah.
So
And maybe it ended that the boss fired you out. So you have to make something to yourself, to your
e-
dream.
exactly, exactly. This is the main thing. Like the main thing. It will be hard. You need to sacrifice something, but you cannot. Life is not a fairy tale. You cannot expect
No.
like a prince
Yeah.
or a witch to come and fulfill all your dreams. So that's not
Yes.
gonna happen. Thank you very much.
Decided on your goal, to achieve it.
Exactly. Thank you very much. We learned a lot. Like
Thank
we
you.
learned that you don't have to be you know, a studio full of 10 people, 15 people, 100 people creating a game to earn money.
No.
We learned
Yeah.
also that you don't have to
Maybe you can learn something, learn someone your as a courses, online courses from YouTube. I make that beside my the game developing.
of course, I will put
I
all the links. I will put all the links for all your games so people can
thank
download
you,
them and the link to your YouTube channel. It will be down below for people who want to
thank you,
check you out, follow you, download your game, support you. Of course,
thank you,
that's one of the main
thank you
things.
for your great support to me.
And no problem,
It's
man.
very important to me that.
And no problem. I thank you for being a guest over here because not only I learned a lot, not only the people who will watch this, especially beginners,
Yes.
I learned a lot. We just to inspire somebody to take action, it's enough for me, you know, and to show people that it is possible. You're a simple, regular person like I am, like you are sitting in your chair at your home, creating games,
Yeah.
earning money. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely possible. That's our
Yeah.
message. Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
hopefully I will have you again
Thank
on
you,
the
Fahid.
podcast. Hopefully I will have you
Thank you.
again on the podcast when you create some more
Sure.
games to share your experience. Thank you, and have a nice
Hope
day.
your big fan loved my video.
Of course, I will check out your channel as well.
Okay.
Now, for those of you guys, thank you for watching, for tuning in. Click on if you want to watch some more podcasts. I will put them here on the on the end screen, you can click on the videos and you can watch some other episodes of the Game Development Podcast. And yeah, thank you again. And I will,
Thank you.
see you.
See you.